relate to giving in and having a Macca's meal on a cheat day. But what happens when a cheat day turns into a cheat lifestyle? Obesity rates around the globe have been steadily climbing for years, not only in adults but also in children between the ages of 5 to 17. It is no different for Australia, with models predicting severe obesity in the Australian population by 2025. Today, elevated BMI is the second highest risk factor for disease burden, coming after tobacco use. Obesity is a term used primarily by health scientists to describe when the overall body is made up of high proportions of fat. This is usually measured using the body mass index. Being overweight or obese can lead to a myriad of health problems, such as cardiovascular disease and an increased risk of diabetes and cancer. These are often referred to as comorbidities and don't just include physical diseases, but also mental and psychological issues. In Australia, approximately 1 in 5 children and adolescents are overweight or obese, with Tasmania and the ACT having the highest rates of obesity in children, and only 6% of children meet the fruit and vegetable standards. Now, you might think that tackling this growing problem is as simple as parents not letting their kids have cake or choosing an apple instead of a cookie, but we need to look deeper. Williams and Jamov explore obesity as a result of complex interactions between the social, family, political, community, economic, and biological influences. These are also called social determinants. This diagram shows us many factors we must consider when looking at the causes of childhood obesity. Let's focus in on some main underlying causes. Biological factors such as gender can influence the obesity in children in a number of ways, such as the social pressure to look a certain way, the thin ideal for women and the muscular ideal for men, as well as the ability to access sporting areas, especially for young girls in cities, as parents would have concerns for their safety. The significant gap between the percentages of men and women considered overweight in 2015 shows us that gender really can influence our rates of obesity, with 70.8% of men considered overweight compared to 56.3% of women. Another major factor is socioeconomic status, or SES. This is defined as a measurement of individuals, families, or households based off a combination of their income, occupation, and education. They are then grouped into 3 main categories: low, middle, and high SES. A significant economical strain on low-income families. Energy-dense foods are consistently less expensive than nutrient-rich foods, and this often means that families choose the cheaper, less healthy option. Not only is food affordability an issue, but also the cost required to buy play equipment or join sporting clubs and teams. Costs such as registration, uniform, and transport can all add up to make organised sports out of these families' budget. Place of residence can also contribute to a child's obesity rate. Rapid urbanisation and green space loss in cities have been shown to be deeply connected with the declining of citizen health. Taking this into account, contributors such as access to safe sporting grounds or open green spaces, ease of access to healthy produce and supermarkets, perception of neighbourhood safety, as often this will dictate if parents allow their children to go outside and play, and the high density of takeaway food places in low SES areas can all be issues that families face in attempting to prevent or fight childhood obesity in their own children. Almost every cause of obesity presents a barrier to overcome. However, there are others to consider. Stigmatization refers to the perceived social shame experienced when one does not conform to what is believed to be ideal by society. In this case, when one's body does not conform to society's idea of what is aesthetically pleasing. People suffering from obesity are often victim-blamed and made to feel at fault. This discrimination is seen in schools and in the medical sphere, with health professionals constantly displaying anti-obesity bias and attitudes. There are many comorbidities associated with obesity. These include heart conditions, diabetes, chronic pain, and mental health problems, which can be detrimental, especially to young children. Pain or respiratory conditions can make exercising almost impossible, and mental health issues can often drive more weight gain from stress, depression, or binge eating. Conditions such as these are very difficult to overcome and often require long-term professional help. Across Australian schools, there are many garden programs being started. These are community-driven programs that promote the growing and consumption of healthy foods. These programs can be run in cities as well as rural areas and educate students on health and the importance of putting good food into your body, which is especially important for city children who are shown to consume less fresh fruit and vegetables and eat more processed food. This program tackles obesity upstream to lower the chances of it becoming a problem in later life. It also increases the self-efficacy of children and is a good educational tool for real-life learning. However, resources are expensive and present a challenge for schools in lower SES areas. As well as this, in cities it can be hard to find appropriate space for such an intervention. Another intervention is the PEACH program. This program is designed to make parents the agencies of change in combating obesity in school-aged children. Conducted in Queensland, this program consists of 9 face-to-face sessions in which parents and children complete activities together. Afterwards, parents meet with a facilitator to discuss education and strategies they can implement at home. This program is suitable because it focuses on the need for family support when targeting obesity in children and helps develop skills and training for parents to help families adopt healthy lifestyles. Some downfalls to this program are that not every family has the time to attend these sessions, and it could also be difficult for children with complicated family situations. As well as this, 6 months after the program was complete, there was only a 10% reduction in relative weight. Although any reduction is positive, some changes to the program are needed to make it more efficient and provide better results. These changes could include catering to various ethnicities and cooperating with local services to better understand the community.